Wax, the unsung hero of surfing. Where would we be without it? Sliding off our boards, that's where. But is there such a thing as too much wax? And I shouldn't wax my foamie, right? How did it all start anyhow? We answer all your questions in today's episode. Welcome to the Wipeout Weekly, the daily podcast for beginners, wannabe surfers, and seasoned wipeout enthusiasts. No hype, no filler, just the highs, lows, and honest truth about learning to surf and finding your place in surf culture. I'm your host, Suze Wilson. Let's go out. By now, you're familiar with my obsession with the Olo, the ancient Hawaiian surfboard. The Olo and other ancient surfboards, such as the Alaia, were sanded smooth, polished into oblivion, and soaked in oils like kukui, not oil, to preserve the board, but also to provide a smoother surface. So I've been wondering, how did the Hawaiians manage to stand up and surf on the Olo without any grip? Were they magicians? Not exactly. They were just very, very, very good at it and developed surfing techniques that provided natural grip points. Anecdotal evidence suggests that ancient surfers would rub sand and volcanic materials to roughen up the surface. Of course, it didn't matter as much for about 100 years when the missionaries, with their anti-fun agenda, all banned surfing in Hawaii. But I'm digressing. There's an episode on that. When surfing finally reawoke from its Christianity-induced slumber, circa 1910, thanks to Duke Kahanamoku, there was no such thing as surf wax. For decades, surfers continued to rub sand into their surfboards. Some would sandpaper the deck, others would take their sand game to the next level and mix it with varnish. I can only imagine all the raw knees and feetsies. A breakthrough came in 1935 when California surfer Alfred Al Gallant Jr. realized the sticky floor wax his mother used on her hardwood floors could improve surfboard traction. When he switched to paraffin wax later, it became surfers' go-to traction for the next 30 years. It provided minimal grip, mostly because in warm waters, it would simply melt and require near constant reapplication. Throughout the 1940s and 50s, most surfers simply melted candles or used canning paraffin. Some companies started selling surf wax, but it was still just plain paraffin wax. It had no special properties. The first official surf wax formulated for surfing was developed by surf champion Mike Doyle. Along with his friends Rusty Miller and Garth Murphy, they created Waxmate. It was purple, came in different water temp formulas, had a fortune-like cookie message, and most importantly, smelled like a grape. It was an immediate hit. Without Waxmate, we would never have sticky bumps, established 1971, or Mr. Zog's Sex Wax, established 1972, or the newer, eco-friendly brands, such as Matuna's or Green Surf Wax. I gotta tell you, there's nothing more satisfying than leaving your longboard in the sun, wax side up, scraping the old wax, and applying a fresh coat. It's my meditation. I'm currently considering it as an offering on OnlyFans. Can you apply too much wax? You can. It's a mistake some of us beginners make. Too much wax, ironically, makes the board less grippy and it feels bumpy, so no help to your stance or comfort. So once you've applied a base coat and your usual wax coat, appropriate for your local temperature, just leave it alone. Reapply as needed. You will know when, because you'll start slipping. As for waxing the foamies, well, it depends on the foamie. They're designed to provide enough grip, some wax, but with use, they might become less grippy, and some wax on the foamie never hurt anyone. Well, that's not necessarily true. I used some wax on my wave storm. I cycled to the beach, and my bike rack rubber is now permanently ingrained in the surfboard. I have tried almost everything. It just won't let go. So I have developed a new mantra. Less cleaning, more surfing. And that's all for today. Check out the Wipeout Weekly for our free newsletter, more stories and ways to connect with us. Thanks for listening. See you tomorrow for more of the Wipeout Weekly.